What's up? What's up? So today I'm working on my John Deere 325. I picked up these lights. I got them off of Amazon. I'm going to be replacing the two lights in the back, which are actually just reflectors right now. So I'm going to put these on there. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna pop off these two bolts down here, up here, and then there's two on the bottom. These ones are 13. This whole rear fender just pops right off. So I'm gonna pop it off, put it up there. I'm gonna measure exactly where I want my lights. They're even on both sides. Get rid of the old ones. Then I bought a wiring harness off of Amazon. All this stuff cost me about 20 bucks. This one actually has two leads that you could tie into. I'm gonna use one for the back lights, and then I'll leave the other one up front for when I get the hood and stuff and see what I'm gonna do up there. Alright, so I opened up the wire harness. I hooked it to my jump box just to make sure everything works before I set it all up. Originally, I thought that these were flashing lights, but that was my mistake. These are just running lights, but they'll be fine anyway. So set this. I got this one hooked up. So there's three leads coming off of these lines. They're not set up correctly yet. I'm just testing for now. So I'm only going to use the white and the black. The white one is for the brighter lights, and the red one is for it's the same lights. I shouldn't say that. It's the same lights, but it's just the brightness of them. So I'm just going to use the white one. I don't even need the red one. I'll just keep them on high all the time. Yeah, this is for a lawnmower. It's not going down the street or anything crazy. So I'm going to just set them up like that. So yeah, I'm gonna pop that fender off real quick. I'm gonna plop it up there, and then I'm gonna measure exactly where I want the lights on both sides so they match. Make sure they're level. I did come with these little screws here, but I'm gonna just drill in and find some nice little bolts to hold them in. So you got your relay, power, negative. This harness was from Amazon, so it actually has two leads coming off of it. So originally I was going to leave one in the front for when I get the hood to decide if whatever I'm going to do. I'm not sure yet. There is a switch on here already. Up here, so I'll probably just use that one for the front. Okay, got the back fender off. Real simple. It's two 13mm bolts, and then there's two here as well on each side. So it's 6 bolts. That pops right off. Now I'm gonna use my 8mm and take the two reflectors off real quick. Alright, so I got those old reflectors off. I just used a 10mm. I think before I said 8, it turned out to be 10. Those are off. Alright, so what I did here was I used a pencil, and I used this body line right here to run across. I measured this and I divided it by 2. That gave me my center mark. So this is going to be, that mark is going to be these two middle holes on the actual light. So that's exactly where I'm going to drill, and then the other ones will just line up perfect. I am going to just drill one hole right here so that the wires could just pop right through. That was pretty simple, because you had this distance here. Divided by 2, so our middle marks. probably throw a level on top of there. I'll do one hole, and I'll throw a level on here, make sure it's level. Then I'll do the other ones. Alright, so I drilled a hole so that the wires can pass through here. And have, I don't know where all my drill bits are, so I just kind of reamed it out a little bit. I am gonna put like either an O-ring. I don't have like a piece of rubber, so, or maybe I'll just throw some electrical tape around here because this is kind of sharp. I'm gonna hit this with my Dremel, and I don't want this to ruin the wires. So pretty much they'll just pass through. Then this hole at the top just has to line up with that. And once I'll set that hole, then I'll use my level and get it where I want it. And then I'll do the other 3 holes. And I'll do the same thing on that side. And then I'll run the wires. I'll probably flip this all real carefully. I'll run the wires down. And then over here, I am gonna cut into the wiring harness that I bought. Probably by the time I'm done with this video, you'll see it. I ordered on Amazon like a little quick disconnect. So if I want to take this off, I can, because if that wire is there, you won't be able to take it off. So right here, after you lift up the fenders, there's going to be a little clip. You can unclip that, so then you can still take the fenders off without wiring hanging all over and having an issue work on that. Alright, so I cleaned this all up with the Dremel. I didn't do the other side yet. I did just hit it with some paint. I did originally paint this whole lawnmower, so I had a little bit of that paint left over just because it was shown metal. There's no rust on this lawnmower yet. Pretty much the big thing I would say is just keep checking and before you drill and see, like first I tried the light like this. That's how the original one, it was kind of on an angle, and I didn't really like it. Then I put it straight, then I put it back, so I wound up just going straight. It looked pretty good. I tried to use as many of the same holes as I can. I just had to drill this one bigger. So to me, it looks like it could have been up a little bit more, but I would have had to cover up a hole. So this really is just for some guy playing with his lawnmower in his spare time. It's not like someone's paying me to do this or anything. It's just me. I just use this around my yard. These lights will probably never get used. Maybe I'll put them on once in a while for my kids, but I don't know. I just like doing stuff like this. I think it looks pretty good. I still gotta finish drilling the holes for that one. And I'm not gonna wire it up yet. Maybe I'll just lay the wires on the tractor until I get that plug. So I can cut it in. But yeah, I like it. So while I was looking for my connectors, I forgot that I had these little lights. I thought I gave them to somebody. So I'm not sure if I want to kind of mount them right here. That would look pretty cool. Probably work from out mowing in the middle of the night. I don't know. probably wind up doing that because I'm already running all the wires. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. Two of them right here, one and one. Interesting. So what I did was the plug. Where's my wire harness? So this is the wire harness. It had this giant lead to go to the switch, turn on and off. It's, you know, this isn't a car, so it only needs like a couple, maybe a foot from the battery to the relay to the switch. So I cut that off, and this is what I'm going to use underneath my seat so I can still take it off. So now over here, this is where the switch needs to go. I can pop new ends on it and plug it right in here, but I don't know, something about this switch. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow and get a Targo switch. I don't know, cause I kind of like the Targo switch. You drill a little hole and has that top that goes right on. Oh, we'll see how far I get tonight. I'm probably gonna be done for tonight, and then I'll finish up tomorrow, unless I get sucked in. I did put the ends on that wire over there. Pretty simple. Just take this, put the wire right in, strip it, and then whatever color you're using, you crimp it down here. Maybe I'll mess with those lights, I'm not sure. Alright, so I did find those two little pod lights. I didn't plan on it, but yeah, I think it looks cool. I gotta get the other one in. I don't want to do it right now because I want to use a piece of tape and make sure that they're the exact same height. But yeah, I think it looks cool. Have the other one up there soon. And then I'll just wire them all up. So I'll give you a little tour of my electrical stuff. Some connectors. I had a bunch of relays that I used for light bars that I set up. This is going to be again for under my seat, so I can take that off. These were all the mounts. I put a light bar on my truck, so it came with extra mounts. These, when I bought the light bar, it came with those little pod lights. I never used them really, but showed you my crimpers. This is pretty much, I just have a toolbox, all my electrical stuff. Fuses, outlets, a couple extension cord ends, connectors, spare light bulbs for my truck. Down here, this is some stuff for inside my house. More connectors, more light bulbs, shrink tubing, more fuses, scissors. Oh, these are, I have a whole set of these. These are the plastic to pop off dashboards without scratching them up. This is just some wire. My multimeter. Bunch of wire. These are fuse taps. So if I wanted to hook up something to my car and I only wanted to work when the key was on, I would use those. Test light. Oh, there's a little wire in case I need it. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, I don't have too much. I mean, I have enough of the stuff that I do around here. Alright, so I did decide to hook those pod lights up. I'm still working on the wires. I just laid everything out. I ran that one underneath where the other wire went for the seat. I didn't shrink wrap anything. I shrink tube it. I do have it all ready to go on. I did put this connector in so I could still take my fender off if I ever needed to. That'll pop off. I'll probably have to cut this wire shorter. This wire was only set up to run one, so I did split into it. So these two will be on one line and these two will be on a separate line. This side is done. I did just hook it up just to see. I have this temporary switch hooked up. I'm not going to be using this switch. I don't like those switches from Amazon. I used them on my truck and I had to swap them all out with Targo lights, Targo switches. But yeah, I think it looks cool. It's pretty bright too. I'm sure you can't tell through my phone. I got the other side hooked up, and I can always cut these shorter if I have too much slack under. But yeah, I think they look pretty good. So obviously I didn't do that side. Probably put a switch like over here on the dashboard somewhere for this. All right, quick little update. Got all the lights fired up. I just gotta go back and electrical tape this and cut this main one shorter, and I'll throw this back on. All right, so it's all set. I think it looks good. It's definitely bright. Another thing I gotta do is put on the switch, but I zip tied all the wires. I wrapped everything real good so nothing will get wet. I'm just waiting on that switch, but that's it, we're done. Just turn them on. You can't really see too much. Thanks for watching.